रेडी रेडी सर, आओ रिकॉर्डिंग बटन ऑन करिए. दिस इज एन ऑडियो रिकॉर्डिंग ऑफ अराउंड 6-7 मिनट ऑन द टॉपिक रेसिडेंशियल स्टेटस. जिस बच्चे के पास भी ऑडियो रिकॉर्डिंग आ गई या है, उस बच्चे से ये रिक्वेस्ट है कि वो इस ऑडियो रिकॉर्डिंग को कम से कम 4-5 बार सुने, तभी आपको इसका फ़ायदा होगा. अदरवाइज ये ऑडियो रिकॉर्डिंग इकट्ठे करने से कोई फ़ायदा नहीं होगा. शुरू करते हैं. आरएस इज़ अ मीडियोकर टॉपिक, ठीक ठाक टॉपिक है. उसकी स्ट्रैटेजी इम्पॉर्टेंस बहुत ज़्यादा है, मतलब वो पूरे इनकम टैक्स सीखने में बहुत काम आता है, लेकिन इससे कोई मार्क्स ज़्यादा आते हैं ऐसी कोई बात नहीं है. ठीक है. What is RS? The topic is divided in 2 parts: residential status meaning and residential status impact. The meaning is governed by section 6, impact is governed by section 5. The meaning topic is subdivided in 4 parts: residential status of individual, HUF, firm, company. Section 6.1 for individual, 6.2 for HUF, 6.3 for company, 6.4 for firm, AOP, BOI, AJP. We are starting with residential status of individual. As per section 6.1, an individual is said to be resident in India if he satisfies any of the 2 conditions laid down in section 6.1. As per 6.1a, he was in India for 182 days or more during the previous year, or as per 6.1c, he was in India for 60 days or more during the previous year, and for 365 days or more during 4 years immediately preceding the previous year. जो बच्चे क्लास में सुन रहे हैं वो एकदम मतलब ऐसे शांत मत हो जाओ. वो मरमरिन कर सकते हैं, वॉइस नहीं कर सकते, मरमरिन तो कर ही सकते हैं. However, section 6.1c has 3 exceptions: an Indian citizen who is going outside India for employment purposes, an Indian citizen who is a member of Indian ship crew and the ship is going outside India, an Indian citizen or a person of Indian origin who normally resides outside India came India for visit purposes. A resident individual is said to be ordinarily resident if he further satisfies both the additional condition of section 6.6, that is, he was in India for 730 days or more during 7 years immediately preceding the previous year, and he was resident for 2 years out of 10 years immediately preceding the previous year. Person of Indian origin means any person who fulfills any of the 3 criteria, that is, number 1, he or his either of the parent or his either of the grandparent born in India, he ever held Indian valid passport, he married with an Indian citizen or Indian citizen or an Indian origin, and the marital relationship subsists for 2 or more years. He or his either of the parent or either of the grandparents never been a Pakistani or Bangladeshi national. Employment purpose includes self-employment, but it does not include incidental to employment. And while counting the number of days, the day of arrival, the day of departure, both shall be counted. India includes Indian territorial water and designated areas up to IEEZ. Indian territorial water is extended up to 12 nautical mile. IEEZ is extended up to 200 nautical mile. Residential status of HUF. As per section 6.2, an HUF is said to be resident in India if affairs of its business are wholly or partly controlled in India. Control here means top level control, not day-to-day control. Control here means actual control, not mere right to control. A resident HUF is said to be ordinarily resident if Karta of the family satisfies both the additional condition of section 6.6. Residential status of company, section 6.3. Indian company is always resident in India. A foreign company is said to be resident in India if place of effective management of the company is in India. Place of effective management of a company is said to be in India if the key decisions of the company which are affecting business as a whole are substantially taken in India during the previous year. Residential status of firm, AOP, BOI, AJP, section 6.4, LLP. A firm, LLP, etc. is said to be resident in India if affairs of its business are wholly or partly controlled in India. Control here means top level control, not day-to-day control. Control here means actual control, not mere right to control. Impact of residential status. If the income is received in India, it's no matter what is your status, it is always taxable. If the income is earned in India, it's no matter what is your status, it is always taxable. If the income is earned and received outside India, but the source is controlled from India, then in hands of non-resident, it is not taxable, but in hands of OR or NOR, it is taxable. If the income is earned, received outside India, and the source is even not controlled in India, then in case of ordinary resident only, it is taxable, and in rest of the two cases, it is not taxable. If the past year income is brought in India, it is definitely not taxable. Income is said to be earned in India as per section 9 if. In case of property income, if the property is situated in India. In case of dividend income, if the payer is Indian company. In case of salary income, if the services are performed in India. In case of leave salary income, if the leave period falls immediately preceding or after succeeding Indian tenure. In case of government employee being a citizen of India working outside India, though he is working outside India, but the salary is said to be earned in India. Business income is said to be earned in India if it has been earned through Indian business connection. A non-resident is said to have Indian business connection if he has any agent or branch in India who can conclude contract on his behalf. He has a warehouse in India from where the goods are habitually supplied. He has an agent in India who secures order on his behalf. However, merely broker, purchase agent are not business connection. Similarly, if the non-resident is engaged in cinematography business and activities are confined only up to shooting in India, it is not a business connection. Similarly, if the non-resident is engaged in news business and activities are confined only up to collection of news in India, it is not a business connection. Property, interest income, royalty income and fees for technical services are said to be earned in India if the payer is Indian government or the loan amount, intangible asset or the technical services are actually used in India for a business.